Savannah at the Georgia Municipal Association, the GMA annual conference, where all cities in the state of Georgia is represented. And one of the good things about this convention is you have an opportunity to network with colleagues from all over the state about current issues that you face in your city, and get best practices and those issues that they may have come across or faced in their city, and how they was able to come to a resolve. And so I know a few issues that we got just top as we have from safety issues from our own cell phone towers, and then we have detention ponds, which is great information of how we can attack that, and how that we have identified a funding source to do so, as we have some issues from the Riggins Ridge community to Flat Shoals Manor to all over throughout the city. It's not just in pockets, but we do have some that need to have some prioritization as things are happening rather quickly over there. But however, that's one of the things that we do take advantage of in this training, is also to that networking opportunity. So that being said, today, I see we have Ms. Freeman. How you doing? I see that she's coming on from Fulton County. She's the chairwoman, or is it in the Chairman Pitt's office? And so
that may be a Freudian slip
today.
Yes, it's funny that you say that, but people are always trying to get me to run for a public office. And I tell people all the time, I prefer working with the elected officials. So can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you very well.
Okay, Councilman?
I don't know. Did he drop off? He should still be on there.
He's there, but he's not. And he's Councilman?
Oh, he's muted. He's muted.
I know he's in Savannah.
But we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jennifer Freeman. I'm here representing you on behalf of Chairman Rob Pitts. I like to check in from time to time just to let you all know that we're here to, if you have any concerns or just need to reach out to the chairman's office. I will put my contact information in the chat. There are a few highlights or reminders that I'd like to mention to you all. Let's start with, if you know anyone or yourselves are interested in becoming a Fulton County poll worker, then you can apply to be one of the many civic-minded people who work with Fulton County Department of Registration and Elections to ensure that citizens can exercise their right to vote. I will put a flyer and also the link to, if you know folks or if you are interested in applying to be a poll worker. Also, finally, the 2022 Consumer Confidence Report for water quality has come out. I will include a link where you can go and access that quality report. Each year, Fulton County publishes the water quality report. It also is known as the Consumer Confidence Report, which presents the analysis of the drinking water as well as other important and interesting information. We're especially happy to report that the quality of our water is excellent, having met or exceeded the standards set by the Environmental Protection Agency. And like I said, I will put the link in the chat, so you will have the complete report. Also, if you would like to receive a copy of this report, you can contact the Fulton County Department of Public Works at 404-612-7400. So hopefully by now you have received your property tax bills, the assessments of your property as being a property owner. Those actually were mailed out last Friday. And so what we are making sure that residents know is that due to the trends in the real estate market, many property owners will see an increased value. You can review your notice carefully and make sure when it comes that you do that. You check for accuracy and the impact of the homestead exemptions. For most property owners, the appeals deadline will be August 1st. That's unless another date is printed on your notice. So I will include the link to this information as well. If you or yourself or family members or friends know of folks who have information technology background, we have job opportunities for them at Fulton County, and I will put that link in the chat as well. And then last but not least, we are looking for residents to serve on the Health Literacy Community Coalition Board. We're seeking individuals who have an interest in improving the health of the community and to serve as our Advancing Health Literacy Community Coalition Board. So if you're interested, you have to be at least 18 years or older, live or work in Fulton County, and able to meet virtually for monthly meetings beginning in July. So I will put that link in the chat if you're interested in serving and applying for that. There's an application that you have to fill out. Also, if this is an opportunity for you to support your local government in making the best choice for our community, grow your network, and you can earn up to $1,100 in incentives for your participation. And that's it. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Well, Ms. Freeman, I do have one quick question.
Yes, sir.
And then let the rest of anybody else who go ahead. Is when it comes to homestead, as you said, and the value increases of your house, people who claim in homestead actually have to live in the house they're claiming homestead on, correct?
That's correct.
So what about if a company or somebody says they have that home and they claim homestead, but it's actually a rental property? Yes,
that's a good question, but
and I'm gonna need you to get that back with me on it because
I think I know the answer to that. However, just to confirm, I am going to write that question down, and I will be calling our Department of Community Development, and they can let me know.
And if you want to have them come on next Monday along with you just to explain that, because see, one of the issues that I just want to make sure that we are not going to face is which can lead into something that exacerbates to a financial situation is we have a lot of people who are renting homes, companies and corporations, and some reportedly, allegedly, I don't know, have been claiming homestead on these rental properties. And so, and if that's the case, then that needs to be addressed ASAP. And that's what I'm saying, just have them come on out. And I know it's a loaded question, probably wasn't expecting that, but I just have to ask that because that is something that I think about, and I think that if you get wind of this, then it's something worth investigating. And I know Ms. Freeman is on it. You're on mute, you're on mute, you're on mute, you're on mute.
I'm so sorry. Yes, I try my best to be on it. And once again, if I don't know, I will definitely find out. Now, I remember the last meeting I was at, I believe, Councilman, you mentioned I think you wanted someone else to come on and talk about something else. I can't remember. I have to refer to my notes. Do you remember just off memory what that was? Okay, it triggered my memory, not all the details, obviously, because you said this, you made this request. So I'll look back in the notes, but because I thought it was, you wanted me to see if someone could come on to talk about something. So I'll look at my notes and maybe I'm just getting it mixed up. I go to so many community meetings. So
but you should, but at the 5th, we special because this is the 5th right here.
Of course, absolutely.
So we ain't so many because I'm special, so I like us to be there.
All of my meetings are special. All of them are special. So does anybody else have any questions? I see Mr. Sumlins.
Yeah, I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
A neighbor might have asked me this question. I did not know the answer. Is there anything such as a school tax exemption? Is there a school tax exemption at all?
There are a lot of them. I don't remember there being a school tax exemption, but while I'm on the phone, while I'm on this call, I can go online to check because there's a whole list of the different exemptions. I'll be happy to do that research for you while I'm on the call.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I don't see any more hands. Well, I will be here until the end of the meeting if anyone has any more questions, okay? Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you.
You have another question. Hold
Yes.
on, I comment in the chat.
Okay.
But
in the chat. Okay.
We had a couple of people who joined on really quickly and you went through the list really fast. Can you tell us one more time the topics? Because I know you're getting ready to post it, but it was you said something and I forgot the question that fast. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So you want me to just
Miss Sheila has a question.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Miss Sheila.
Ms. Freeman, when you look up that school tax exemption, look based on age, because I remember my neighbor telling me that she didn't pay school tax anymore because of her age. And she got an exemption because I think she said something, if you're a certain age in Fulton County, you no longer have to pay school tax. So look under something.
Oh, I know that to be true. Yes.
I would love to know what that age is.
Okay. I will find out for you. No problem. So you wanted me, I'm not sure who that was earlier. If they wanted me to just go over the
Miko,
Miko. Okay.
Just the topics. You don't have to break them down again, but just go over the topics.
Okay. So becoming a Fulton County poll worker. That was the first topic. And then the second one was the 2022 Consumer Confidence Report. Basically, it's the air quality report, annual report that the county puts out. And then also the Office of the Tax Assessors, our property tax bills were mailed on June 17th. And then information technology job opportunities with Fulton County. And then if residents are interested in serving on the Advancing Health Literacy Community Coalition Board, the CCB. And that was it.
Ms. Freeman.
Yes, sir.
Is there any updates to y'all senior program with the senior funding and how the what's that the partnership with the senior companion? How's that going? And I particularly want to know what's going on with Fulton County with senior housing, as that's the number one demographic that's going to be faced with this, with all the people going to market rates as seniors who can't afford that market rate. And I have a couple in particular. One, she went from $950 to it's now $1,700.
Wow. Yeah.
And because of market rate. And so that's going to be an issue. And we can try to do everything that we can to combat that. But I know Fulton County have these senior programs and y'all have a thing in place. But I know that y'all had a senior companion because a lot of people were dealing with, just the absence of being alone. Is there any updates to how that's going, or what's the metrics, or how is that looking?
Well, I heard it's going well. I'm not sure they have put together a metrics yet, particularly since it's relatively new. I think I did share with you all the qualification, how you could apply if you were interested in being a part of that program. And you do know that that is a program that is funded through a grant. I forgot the name of the organization, but it's a huge organization that's really big on recruiting volunteers, and they're really big. I can't remember the name of them, but I can find it out for you guys. And I can just kind of give you a review of the information that I had mentioned before. But my understanding is going well. I hadn't heard that they've closed it or that they've ran out of funding the last time I mentioned it. As far as housing for rental assistance for senior housing. So we've been getting a lot of calls in reference to this, most of which have been residents who live in city of Atlanta. And so we've been able to kind of help them. These are residents in the city of Atlanta. There are some other nonprofits, and you don't have to live in the city of Atlanta in order to get assistance with your rent, particularly if you receive an eviction notice. You have to be behind for a period of time, and then you could actually get some help, some assistance. As far as in the county having any programs related to rental assistance, I'm not aware of it. I know that the state does have a program, which matter of fact, I had the flyer somewhere. Let me see if I can find that. I think I had mentioned it before. I'm not sure whether the state has ran out of funding or not. Are you familiar with that particular program?
Not the state
You know,
one. No, ma'am. Not
yeah,
the state.
the state of Georgia has a rental assistance program. I will pull that. I'll pull that note. I'll pull that that flyer. I have it with all the contact information, and I'll post that as well. But
Okay.
I will find out specifically. Well, I'll just get these. I'll pull the information again for both of these and post them.
Okay.
Okay.
And what department would I need to call or have come on and talk about investing in some senior high rises or mid rises down in South Fulton? So to try to kind of be proactive on the situation dealing with seniors.
Okay. So senior housing.
Yeah, I was specifically senior high rises or mid rises in the city of South Fulton that, you know, will be able to address the future housing needs of our senior citizens.
So alongside you all city department, you know, you have your, of course, your economic development department. I understand that Archie is now you all's director of economic development. So he would be, of course, a good source for you all as it relates to whether the Fulton County would be able to provide any types of opportunities as it relates to the county doing something. I do know that that is a priority of the chairman to try to look for opportunities for economic development opportunities for seniors in city of South Fulton. So I know that's something that he is planning on continuing to develop. It's not fully developed yet. It actually is an idea or a concept. And so once I can find out a little bit more information about it as it develops more, I will share that with you all.
All right, Ms. Freeman, I'm going to offer this up because as I always say, we got 5 on it. And so my D5 influences, some of these are subject matter experts in this area because y'all do have a housing authority, correct?
We do.
And that can get some funding out there through grant. If I can
Select Fulton. And we just got a new director of economic development for Select Fulton. So would you like for him to come on?
I would, and I would like the people here and my D5 influencers who are subject matter experts in that area to kind of, if y'all would accept them on the board to help them shape some policy. I think that they would do an excellent job in helping the chairman achieve his objective because we would need to, you know, and attack this while we're on it now, while it's in the atmosphere and the funding is just flowing. And so we can just, we do understand building materials is at its all-time high, but we can look at sustainable options as well. So I think that that'll be a great deal. So if you want to have them, please do. And I will make sure that they can have this information and we can have some people from the 5th be on that committee. As I just tell you that they're great at what they've done and have done. The retired just need a little something that could be great advisors to this program.
Yeah, well, if you want to send me who those influencers are and subject matter, their names and contact information, you can send them to my email. I'll be happy to forward them on to the chairman. That's
absolutely. Sure. Just go ahead and put your email in the chat. And anybody out there who would have that, look in the chat, get the email and send it on forward. And let's make some things happen as and let's grow and, you know, we all day.
Right. Yeah. And I will send you an email. There was a Facebook post on Fulton County page as well as we posted it on the chairman's page. The gentleman, I cannot remember his name right now, but he was just appointed or just hired to be the Director of Economic Development for Select Fulton. So can I send that information to you, Councilman?
Absolutely.
Okay, and it's an extensive, it's actually a really long post about this guy, because he really comes with a breadth of experience. Okay.
That's what we love. We love subject matter experts.
Mhm.
We strive for excellence.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Freeman.
You're welcome.
You have a question
question
from Ms. Jane?
Okay. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, Ms.
Good
Freeman.
evening.
Thank
Hi,
you
Ms.
so
Jane.
much
How are
for
you?
joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. So I just have a question in reference to senior housing.
Mhm.
So you all have a department that helps seniors with their repairs and everything as well. So I had a senior a few weeks ago that called me and needed help. So I called the office, and thank God somebody answered. But they said that it was on like they haven't restarted yet from the pandemic. So just trying to figure out, do you know when that might happen?
Who did you speak with on the Star Line in reference to that, or community development? And the reason why I asked is because this is a very, very popular question, and about senior in home repairs. And the program right now is out of funding. And so the last I heard was that what can happen is you put on a waiting list. You can be put on a waiting list.
Right.
But there are other organizations who provide the service to seniors as well. And as a matter of fact, I have a list of them right now. And
well, so
but if you want to, what I've been doing is, beg your pardon? Right, yeah.
I spoke with a Michael.
Okay, yes, I know who Michael is.
And he said it was a wait list, and then I think I hung up or something. I tried to call back, then I couldn't get it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put my contact information in the chat. If you want to send me her name and telephone number and maybe her address, whatever other information you can get for me, I can forward it on to Michael. We can have her added to the waiting list. And also,
and I think,
go ahead.
And the age on that is 55 and up. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And there are about 2 or 3 other organizations who provide home repairs for seniors as well. So I can put those in the chat if you'd like.
Okay.
Will you be able to see the information that I put in the chat? Okay. Thank you. I got a lot of homework. I got to put a whole lot of stuff in the chat. I got to get started.
Yeah.
Come on and talk to us.
But we know that you are more than capable. You are more than capable of handling it.
Okay.
We have a comment in the chat that says, in a community for single family dwellers, is there a change in zoning required when converting the house to a rooming house?
Okay, that would be the City of South Fulton, you all's zoning department. So you guys are you all going to have a representative on this evening? Your zoning office?
From zoning, no, but
okay.
No, but we can always send a message to them if they want to join the call, because we're going to be here, and so they have the appropriate time. But we're going to also do a whole deal about planning and zoning as and invite them on. So once we confirm them to be solid and they actually confirm to commit to the date we put out, then we will have that call. And so, because I like to have our subject matter experts be on that to. You hear from the horse's mouth directly from them, as you know, they present the facts of how to get that done. And if that is the case, and then we'll get to and have our attorney on as well, so we can out there share with the ordinance. And if we need to change anything in that ordinance, we can have all those subject matter experts and to work that out, and then bring back something that is that will address the issue appropriately. Well, thank you, Miss Freeman. I tell you, I appreciate you. Know. And so when you come on here, you're right. We give homework assignments. So they give me one every day. So I gotta. So I'm spreading the love, sharing is caring. And so
yeah, I was saying that I've got a whole lot of stuff to put in the chat, so I got to get to working to get that stuff in the chat.
Absolutely, we appreciate you so much. So, anybody else? Oh, that's one of the things that I do want to do. As General Levitt is down here with me out there as we getting down this training, and I believe in all that get trained so we can understand the issues. And as we attack different classes, because sometimes things go on simultaneously. And I believe as a team, we work together and you try to come up with the best solutions. And you need a team effort. And Ms. Levitt, I just want you to share, what is it that you've learned down here in this convention on best practices or just from any general session that can help and aid into the community needs? Get this, of achieving the objective of the community wants, but the most important thing is how to fund it. And so have you learned anything down here that will be relative on how the things can shape and shift policy so that we can do things more efficiently and effectively?
Oh.
I'll just do you.
So he put me on the spot because he know how I already feel. I am going crazy on the amount of money they are throwing out to the states and the things that they are willing to cover, and I'm gonna pass out if the city of South Fulton don't get none of it. So I don't know if we got to get Pitts to help us or Jennifer to help us or what, but they got it's crazy the amount of money they got out here that's on the way. I took an environmental sustainability class, which was I did not know how much Georgia was involved with the energy game plan as far as the electric cars, the clean energy plan. I just didn't know we are like at the forefront of it. The solar energy, all of that stuff. And they are paying to put solar panels on top of buildings to collect the energy. I was like, okay. That was something I learned about. The different levels of the chargers for the electric cars. I didn't know, like when they promote to buy electric cars, they tell you that you get the tax credit. But after so many cars, that company doesn't get the tax credits anymore. So you have to ask if they are getting the tax credit when you buy your car. I was like, I didn't know that. And then I took a succession planning class that is some more internal things of what leadership training from frontline to top management is happening, addressing turnover and things like that. And then I went to a money meeting they were talking about public safety and jails and prisons being the biggest housing for mental health. And that's the wrong place to be putting them in. So the things that should be happening and the money that they're going to have to put out there for the officers to have crisis training and and have them go to some mental health training and classes, or to add in someone who has mental health training to participate in with the police. And then this morning is the one that I'm really going crazy about. Is there was a bipartisan infrastructure law, how new federal grant programs can bring transformative change to your city. And they have a Safe Streets and Roads for All, which covers local government getting money for planning and capital, like to have streets safe for kids to go to school, for the trucks coming down the streets, improving local bridges, all things that I know this district wants. They have a bridge investment program. Oh, that one is due September 15th. So I'm praying we hurry up and get somebody to help with that. August 9th, a bridge investment program is due. They're working on housing to be a pilot program that is going to be due in July for housing near MARTA stations. What else did I learn? Notice came, May apply. Oh, they got a broadband program that's got $48 billion in it. Digital equity, making sure it's affordable, and the equipment and the skills to use it. Then they had the Georgia Energy Land and Water Resources. There you got a program for people who have lead lines to get replaced, going all the way up to the house. And they're going to be that plan through October 2024. They got to identify them and plan on how they're going to replace them. They have, they got a program coming to provide energy funding for housing. And that's going to be for people with low income to help replace HVAC, ductwork, anything related to their energy savings. And then they have a state energy. Oh, I said this over one. And then, yeah. Yeah, I'm really.
I get this, Mr. General. Get this. It's all cool because I know I threw you on the spot, but I just did that for a reason. It's just to let y'all know that after we end this call today, our office and administration is not going to be available for the rest of the week until next Monday. And no. But the reason being is because we're going to put a report together of everything here and all of this, what she just went over in a detailed format, and put it out there to our website. And this is what we have, and to let you know that this is what we need to attack ASAP, as some things are due rather quickly. And I know what holidays coming up, everybody want to celebrate this and that and the third, but we have a responsibility to and committed to the quality of life that we deserve. And one of the reasons why I have asked our city manager for a transportation deputy director is to report to her, not one who is a deputy director on the public works, is take them two and separate them, is because of these transportation projects and these bridges and pedestrian pathways along these bridges. Hey, there's funding for it, but we need transportation and somebody who can design, build, implement, and execute those opportunities that are right here and available today. So, and I just wanted to just put it in, let y'all know that y'all are not going to hear from us for the rest of the week, because we have a lot of to report and get to. Is that's our duty, is to give that to y'all, and I'm committed to that. And so, what we all have learned combined, and what these funding sources can go to, is as we're going to present the factual information from the subject matter experts, straight from the horse's mouth. And I think that is, we're obligated to do that. So if you're calling, we do understand, because this also addresses the detention ponds, the funding sources for that, and money that we have in place that can be used for that. We would love Fulton County to take care of that. Ms. Freeman, tell Mr. Pitts that they can just, him and David Clark can go in the room and get this, and just give us a solution that says, let's go attack all the detention ponds in South Fulton, because we actually have a remedy of, when they do it, a sustainable thing in place for low maintenance, so we can curb those costs for those HOAs, and so they can use their funding for other things. But it is going to be a maintenance deal for them to do, and we can design that partnership. They can come up with a maintenance plan. But put that in Chairman Pitts here for him. Tell him to give me a buzz out there, and tell him I'd love to have coffee with him sometime, and y'all, to make that happen. I know it's a hot button issue. Nobody wants to do it. Mr. Clark, and he tell Mr. Clark he is welcome anytime to come on here and let's address that as well.
Who's Mr. Clark?
David Clark, y'all public works director down there.
Oh, okay.
Tell him, come on, because we wanted to, and I want to have those, because we are like Riggins Ridge. I know they probably think nobody's doing nothing. I know Flash Shows, man, they probably think nobody's doing nothing, but trust me, it's attacking this issue on its totality, because every area is unique, right, and spread throughout the city. So it's what we're focusing, but I'm coming up with a holistic solution, because it's not a cookie cutter approach, but when we come, we want to come with something that's going to be addressed with a timeline and a metric of getting this addressed. And so it's it's a process, people. It is a process. And, you know, but I think that what we have learned down here this weekend and this week continuing, I think that we can, you know, better sit at the table with a resolve that is equitable to all. And so, but I did want to just put that out there.
Okay.
That when y'all call this week, I'm sorry, we are unavailable after tonight, as because we do have some work to do that requires research, putting a report together and the metrics that will be able to, everybody will be able to understand it. And, you know, as we break it down as a simplistic form. So
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman. So who does you all's intergovernmental affairs? Who is that person? The city of South Fulton.
That's a good question. General Lever, do you know that question? The answer to that question? Who is our intergovernmental affairs? In other words, who is the person, the liaison to go between the state, go between the county, and the federal government?
Currently, that is our city manager's responsibility.
Okay, the reason why I asked that, because some of the projects that you want to, and funding sources that you were talking about, sounds like some of it's federal. I work part-time for the chairman and also work part-time for Congresswoman Nikema Williams. And so I do know that in March, she met with, I believe, Councilman, you were on that call when she met with all of the council people in the in all of the cities that are in District 5, congressional district, and just how you can go about applying for grants in order to get those federal dollars that were allocated for the District 5. So, and that would be that whoever that person is, if it's a city manager, they will be walking you all through how you can go ahead and apply for those grants and what the deadlines are.
Exactly.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Oh, no, right. And General, who's our grant person in the city that writes our grants and gets those things in? And
that position is open and waiting to be filled.
How long has that position been open?
Oh my goodness.
General Lever?
Since last May.
Now, if we have these things, that she came on this March and that was last May, and that position being filled, and so I'm crying out, I'm crying to my grant writers in the district, everybody in the technical boundaries of the city of South Fulton, the one that we so much love, is that understand something that we might need to help and put out a Mayday call. 911, what's your emergency? I need a grant writer to get these funds so we can fund these projects. As
I don't know what the deadlines, you know, are. I'm just not hands-on with that process, but this definitely is a sense of urgency. If you guys don't have a grant writer in place, you all need to talk to your city manager immediately.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to go off camera, okay, for a minute.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We have 5 on it. And when I say we have 5 on it, that means we have everybody on this call on it. Is to let's go out and seek the best grant writer we can have. We'll seek their position. I mean, because what I'm saying is they're going to still need some help. It's going to take a team effort. And, but we have to address these issues, and we have to get with a sense of urgency, key positions and key things and keep focus that we need to have to achieve the ultimate objective for our city as building the proper infrastructure and getting things squared away, and partner with our nonprofits right here in this great city who do this work right here, and their focus and impact is here in this area. So if you know one, if you send them on. I mean, there was a couple of great ones that have applied, and but for whatever reason, that's neither here nor there. But we're here today, and y'all see what we have in the issue that we're running against. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of grant opportunities. Are you going to be the one to answer the call? Because we need a grant writer ASAP Rocky. But however, so anybody else, because we have a, this is y'all call. Do y'all have anything else anybody want to talk about? What's happening in the world? The consequences of elections? I don't know. Did Roe v. Wade get overturned last week? I don't know, but it's like, and we just want to hear from y'all. Is y'all call? Tell me something up there on what it is that y'all want to discuss, and what can we help assist with and come to a resolve?
Corey, this is Ernestine Sumlin.
Hey,
Question. First, I want to give a shout out to, I'm not sure which station it was, but the fire department was out here checking one of the fire hydrants just to make sure it was active. So I want to give a shout out to that station that I did see. But I guess, and I don't know if there's anything that the city can do about it, but you know, I'm in an older, I guess, subdivision, Fellwood subdivision, and the fire hydrants are few and far beyond. But one is down at the far end of the street, and if I'm at the other end of the street, I know if there's ever a fire, they got to pull a lot of hose to get to the other side, come to the other side of the wherever the fire is. So I know there's probably not anything that they could do about that, but it is what it is.
Well, I'm going to let our influencer, our D5 influencer, Jane Williams, take that. She has took that on as getting that in, because you probably saw her with the picture.
I did see Jane.
And so now she has taken on that initiative, and she is influencing the process. So Jane, go ahead and tell us what's going on.
Okay, great. Hello again, everyone. So I had a question as well about the fire hydrants. We have about 30 here in Brentwood Place community. And just so happened one day, you know, I was out and I said, oh, wow, what are they doing? So my sister ran out while they was checking the hydrant. And what they told us is they check these hydrants twice a year. But sometimes they get calls, and of course they have to stop. So it may delay the process. But I will definitely speak to who I spoke with in order to get them out here to check these hydrants to see, you know, what can be done with communities that are older communities and the fire hydrants are far in between. So I'll get back with you on that, Ms. Sumlin, okay?
My next question, Councilman Reeves, this was brought up about, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks ago when code enforcement was on the phone. Did you tell me that the BP station is in District 6?
No, ma'am, that's District 3.
Oh, that's District 3. Okay. Did you convey the message from my message to District 3 council person in reference to that BP station that has become a dump and a drop-off place for furniture now? Instead of whatever they want to throw, they throw in there. And code enforcement said that once they got it cleaned up, they were going to put up some brick enhancements or concrete enhancements to keep people from dumping. That hasn't been done. So it's getting worse by the week. So can you put out another call to District 3 chairperson to say that that's becoming a hazard?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to be honest, as I did not convey that message to District 3 representative due to some circumstances she's going through currently, personally. And so, but code enforcement been all over that. And as you know, he said we tried to cite the government. They sent the letter back talking about don't send us nothing again. And I said, keep sending the letter. Have them keep sending back till they address it, as they have a responsibility to secure that site. And so, but we're going to step into place of, and you know, and just respect the space that that she's in. Our representative of District 3 is in right now. Mm-hmm. And we'll step up and try to get that. So no, I did not translate your comment to that for that reason. But when she's ready and back in the saddle, it's just that she will know, and we're gonna get that handled, because it's like that's our federal government, that's our federal tax dollars, and I'm just saying let's call, or you can put in the call. Yes. And so we'll be handling that. But you also can reach out to your congressman's office, Congressman David Scott's office, to see what he can do to try to expedite the situation and get that handled. And so
also, Councilman Reeves, so Councilwoman Willis had proposed once before, because my church, Spread the Word Church Ministries, is in that district. And when the Job Corps was first brought to us about, you know, coming over there, it was proposed that the BP was going to be shut down, and this was in 2018, and that the whole Red Oak community was going to be redeveloped. So June 1st, Councilwoman Willis had a meeting, which I missed, but she had the director of Job Corps there. So I will also go back and touch bases to see what was covered and if the BP was included in that restructuring. And because I went by the other day, and matter of fact, someone from my church was like, they need to get something done about that and get it done quick. So I saw a couple of trucks out there on, I think it was last Thursday. And it looks as if they was trying to clean it up. I'm not sure because I did not come back that way. So I will also be investigating that BP because it looks a hot.
Absolutely, Jane. Thank you so much for that, because right before I came down here, and let me just confirm to you that they did absolutely nothing, because right before I came down here, I went by there just to see as like one of these topics on best practices and what can they do and how does anybody have a relationship with somebody who can make that decision to get that expedited. And so take some pictures of that, you know, with the mattress. I mean, it's just, it is literally a dump site. And I saw a car down there between the pumps, and it was just the pumps there. When I come back around, the car's going, but there's a whole mattress. And, you know, I'm gonna say this just happened, but it did not come from the car. But all I'm saying is that it's just a little suspect. But that problem exacerbates when there's nobody watching that site. So, and like you said, COVID came and we even tried to cite the government. But we can still use our influence on keep just asking these questions, as we do deserve better. As, like you said, it's been 2018 since they proposed it. I mean, y'all didn't have a plan to secure it in 2018 when y'all was going to close it, knowing the area. And I was just saying, let's just be serious, people. So,
and I think we should just contact code enforcement again. It's like, you know, they give you this whole process of what they do when you know, file a violation complaint or what have you. And I had filed a complaint here from Brentwood Place, and it seems like it's taking them forever. But today was the second time we spotted a snake, and I sent pictures of the snake to Mr. Morris, and, you know, within a couple of hours, Officer Richards was here taking pictures of the house and the box that's been over here with the, you know, old toilet and whatever else in it for a month. So hopefully that can get resolved, but we should not have to wait on either people to die, to get injured, or what have you, in order for a solution to take place.
You're absolutely so correct.
One more question, Jane, what's the status of the Job Corps area that's over there? Do you know?
Well, I think from the meeting, you know, I didn't go back and read the notes, but I believe in 2024 is when they were expecting the Job Corps to be complete at this point.
Oh.
2024. Now, you know, like I said, that's been since 2018. When we first had the original meeting with Congressman Scott and Councilwoman Willis and, you know, a number of other people. And then, you know, they had some construction issues or what have you. But that site over there is a waste of our resources.
Exactly.
So,
okay, thank you,
Jane.
No
worries. I'll get back on you.
Hey, Jane, at that meeting, did they address the security of the BP? Because no. I wasn't able to attend. I was at another one.
Right, not to my knowledge.
Do they have a recording of that meeting?
Well, I do know they have the minutes from the meeting, so I found them and I forwarded them to you.
Yeah, see if you can do that, because normally I think they record that. Ms. Glenda, you have your hand up?
Yeah.
Well, why anybody else is, let me just take 5 minutes out here, y'all, to give some people some shout out, because Ms. Freeman did bring this up as she's talking about the water quality. and that reporting that came out, and how our drinking water is good and clean. So brag, 5 minutes to brag on my influences and my workers in D5 and the constituency and these nonprofits is two of them is, I want everybody to get the report, because two of our beloved up there organizations, one is Jill Lindsay and Go Green Communities, okay, and the other one is Girl Scout hashtag 3802 as the Adopt a Stream program that, you know, we brought forth as they took advantage of it. Jill being first and her Go Green Communities, and then, you know, the Girl Scouts, and that Adopt a Stream they have. This is our drinking water, and all of the reporting, all the testing that they go out there and do is, you know, calculated in these results to produce our overall water quality. So shouts out to Go Green communities over there. Go red, go blue, no, go green, as you know, as y'all 5-star, and the Girl Scout has 3802 5-star. And so we appreciate y'all for taking full advantage of it, and the free training that you have from Fulton County as to Adopt a Stream, and then be a part of this metric to provide these results to your fellow neighbors and your communities. And so that's an impact right here in the community that they are making. And we are supporting y'all fully, and you know, as we keep growing. So anybody else have anything they want to talk about? Anything y'all want to get us to get addressed this week? Because understand something, you know, we are here. This is the time. We have a bunch of best practices, let's say that, at our disposal for the next couple of days. So there's no question that you can't ask, because there's something that somebody here has faced before. And so we want to take full advantage of it.
Corey?
Yes, ma'am, Miss Johnson. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Best day of my life.
Okay. I just want to again thank you for working with me to get my house cleaned up, and it looked very nice. I was by there today, and it looked really nice. Now, I don't know if, I hope and pray that they're going to continue to keep it up after they cleaned it off. And then second, I'm on this Roosevelt Highway and Fairwood, that big hole up there. The city of South Fulton is saying it's not them. CX is saying it's not them. DOT is saying it's not them. But I'm thinking it's the city of South Fulton. So we need to get that hole, those 3 holes up there by the railroad track fixed. I don't need nobody to keep on passing the buck. Okay, that's it for me tonight.
Yes, ma'am. I will. I'm sure we got that information written down. And so the 3 holes now coming from Fairwood and Roosevelt Highway. Is that coming from Fairwood, turning on the Roosevelt Highway, going right or left, or both turning right and left?
Going right.
Right. Well, those trucks kind of make those holes, right?
Right.
I think that's the hole where that truck, remember that time I was online with you all on the phone, and that truck kind of like hit real hard? I think that's those holes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Impact fees. Yes, ma'am. We'll find out who's the ultimate responsible party, because out of all of them, somebody has to be responsible, right? This is the street. So that's why, again, transportation is a separate issue out there from Public Works. There's things out there as you quick funding. You know, remember Shirley Franklin made a whole pothole, she made a whole career out of it, pothole posse. Everybody remembers that. They spend days and months and years fixing potholes. But some things go to a structural deal, is they need to really fix the substrate of that area so that it doesn't keep happening. I would rather for a good one-time fix than to be inconvenienced multiple times. And so, as that is a area that is much needed to thoroughfare maybe a wider turning lane. Like you said, they supposed to come up with a new design. You know, the Roosevelt Highway is supposed to be redeveloped. So let's see what we can do. As you're right, we'll get on it.
Okay,
Corey, this
Yes.
is Don Summer. Look, did a GFL ever get back with you as to why they didn't show up last week?
The person quit. I'm sorry. Let me say, the individual is no longer with GFL who was coming on, and as they were down here. No, there was a meeting with GFL as the sanitation contract pre-proposal was the next day, and a representative was there, and that's when we got informed that that person is no longer with the company. Whether they quit or they fired, that was just something that, I don't know, just came out. That's neither confirmed or denied. All we know is they're no longer with the company. And so that's why they didn't come on. And I said, well, you know, find time to tell us now. But however, I said, well, why don't you come on? And so we're still going to try to confirm and lock down a date as I want them to now send me that date they'll commit to and send it back out there. And so we have a track record, because I don't like to put it out there to the community and folks have questions and real questions and they need real solutions and thinking they're going to talk to you and you don't show up. So I'll take that hit. But I didn't know that information at the time.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hey, Councilman Reed, so I completed the South Fulton or the City of South Fulton University application, right? But it told me to submit it in one address, but it came back. So do you know where I'm supposed to submit that? If not, I'll just call somebody tomorrow.
You saying that the address you submitted,
it came back like it was
somebody else sent me a text about that too and said that, has anybody else had a bad experience? Because that's you the second person today to tell me this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been trying for 2 weeks now and it just came back. So no, I'll call somebody because that's probably going to be the police department that's hosting that, right? Yeah, it probably is. I call them.
We'll get on.
Yeah, I'll call Veronica tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we did have to postpone Friday Night Live, as if many of you are or are not aware, our Parks and Recreation Director, Travis Landrum, did resign last week. And so we're just going to go, we just canceled it because, you know, I got this news Thursday. And so anyway, so we're going to pick back up at a regularly scheduled, not next week, but the following week after that, as that'll be our first. And so that gives us a little bit more time to see where we're at in parks and see where we're headed to. Is that was kind of something that was unexpected. But however, it's that's our reality, and you know, we're gonna keep going.
I have the video from the job corps meeting. I'll send it to you, Councilman. It's on Councilwoman Willis's page.
Thank you so much, Jane, as I knew you would be on it. There, we always got 5 on it. I'm trying to tell you, it's like, and we're gonna address it. It says, we team and our influences, as you know, we are all stopped, standing together on purpose, and so we're making this happen for you and for us. And so, that being said, it's 7:29. Oh wait, Glenda had her hand up, then Wanda. Go ahead, Glenda.
Did you hear me?
No, ma'am.
What? Yes.
What
is the criteria of getting tag readers for the Fairwood community, like Riggins Ridge? Is it under their HOA or is that a city funded program?
There's a bill under the HOA.
Under their HOA, okay. And the maintenance is under, who maintains the equipment? The company or the police department?
You can tie it into the police department, and they have a maintenance program with the readers. I don't know if I'm here tonight, but if, I know that he was able to get that through his community, and they got to deal with it. So I think that they do maintain it as well.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:30. Mr. Wanda, I'm sorry, you had your hand up. Please go ahead.
Hi, Corey. I just had a question when you said that you said the Parks and Recs director resigned. Can you answer why we have such a high turnover of all of our employees, whether it's them being dismissed or what is the issue? Because it seems like we have an unusually high turnover in keeping good employees. And I'm just trying to figure out what's going on and why is that happening?
Well, I've been around Atlanta a while and been a sports fan of Atlanta Major League Sports. We had a lot of top tier talent comes in this city, make plays, do everything. You know what I mean? Set records. Then they go everywhere else and win championships. And it's like we can't have a championship, but it's like you got to commit to a winning formula. You have to commit to excellence and be committed to it. And so, and the other people is like, and I relate this kind of scenario, like we get a bunch of all-star quality people, but they move on. And so I can't personally answer that because council people, we can't get involved in day-to-day activities with our staff or anything of that nature. But that is a question. And that is something that you should email to and ask for explanation. You can CC me in on it to our city manager, Ms. Tammy Sadler-Jones, who is
right. Because I was just wondering, are we trying to do everything that we can to try to, you know, some of these people have been talented to retain, you know, when we have good staff. And
get this, and I will put that question, as I stated, in the email format and ask it. And so please give you an example of why. Because our constituencies is taking notice of the turnover as he was just here. I don't even think he lasted a year. And so, but some of them though, some people, I don't know, may be good fits in other places. But some people who fit here just for whatever reason. But I'm a representative, a council person, the best person, really the only person to answer that question is to our city manager, who is responsible for that metric. So I will pose that question in an email and answer.
Okay, I'll do that. Then my next question is, you know, the ongoing issue with Camelot and with the mayor being there. And he was on, I don't know if he was on the news or I seen some video that he was on. What are the expectations that the people in Camelot are expecting the city to do? Since those are actually owned by people, by residents, right? They're not, they either owned by someone and they're rented out. But what are the expectations that they want the city to resolve?
The city cannot resolve any issue.
Right. And that's what I'm thinking too, but it seems like it keeps being kicked around as if the city has to step in and do something. So I was just wondering, what exactly are they expecting, you know?
Right, Ms. Lewis, I mean, I've been dealing with Camelot for many years. It's so, and one thing it is y'all should know by now, I ain't running to no goddamn media. I don't do all that stuff. It's irrelevant because there's things that they know that they have to do to take place. Right. And that they already know in writing everything else. They have everything that is, and here's something that you need to do. In order for us to do this, you need to do this. When you fail to do this, do not make, you know, in our emergency because you lack to prepare properly and in an order that, hey, here it is, A, B, C, D, and you just did A.
Okay.
B, C, and D. And I'm saying, so there's nothing the city can do. That's private property. They're individual owners. And so I don't, and one thing I don't go to be to do that, I'm not offering confusion to anything because we're clear on what's going to happen. I'm clear, everybody's clear. Y'all have the metric. Y'all do it. Now it's up to y'all to do it. Now, if you don't, hey, look here. There's other entities at place that, who do have the ability to do it outside of the city of South Fulton. And if they exercise their authority, then so be it. But y'all do not, everybody has an opportunity and this is a choice. And so I do want to put that on the record. They have a choice. They have an opportunity. It's up to them to take advantage of it.
Okay. And my last concern, over in my subdivision, for some reason, we're not being charged city tax, South Fulton city taxes on our tax statements. We were, but all of a sudden it disappeared for the last couple of years.
Oh, hold on. Hold up. Now that's that Fred G. Sanford, okay? As y'all know, he'll be calling Elizabeth. As y'all know, that is one of the things that how we base our assessments and our budget on is collecting the property taxes. And if yours is not on one else whose is not, now we have another issue that we have to find out is how and where is the money?
We've been talking about this issue for 2 years now, and we sent the information in to the prior city management, and nothing still hadn't been done about it. It's not our first time bringing this up.
What?
Right.
Well, we'll clean it.
He's crying right now because we're missing out on property taxes. The baby's crying. And so as y'all understand something, I'm about to find out because this is, hey, y'all, we base our budget on the collection of property taxes. That's the issue. Right. And you tell me y'all reported this for 2 years and ain't nobody doing it.
I sent the email to, I copied the mayor, I copied the city manager, and there's nothing that...
Okay, let me mute this thing.
I'm crying with you. I'm crying with him.
I've even called down to the Fulton County Tax Commissioner's office, and they talked about me appealing taxes. I said, well, this isn't what it's about. Then they said that, well, you can, this isn't the final bill. This is just the, you know how we got the assessments and things. That's not your final bill. Well, in my 22 years in my home, my final bill has always mirrored what I got on the assessment. So I was like, well, are y'all going to do something between now and October in which you're going to actually put it on the bill? And again, it did not show up on the bill. No one can tell us why did it just drop off for our subdivision.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Is anybody else on this call outside?
Let me go see. Let me check.
Who is having an issue with this, please? Because I need all these reports. Let's understand something. That creates an estimate out there. If we estimate that y'all are doing it, what that does is create a budget shortfall, which means we put out there that we actually have more money that we can play with and utilize and fund than we actually do. And when it comes to the realization of the actual, money's being applied to projects, hey, hold on, there's a shortfall here. So that means, and if you commit in a bond that project is done, well, that bond is automatically going to kick in. So you're going to raise any project that has bonded to that level. You have to look at those first. And because that's the reality of the situation. And that means pulling money from everywhere else.
Right. And as Sheila chimed in, we live in the same subdivision. We have been asking about this because I said, I don't want them to keep kicking it down. And then all of a sudden 10 years discovered it, and then they expect, this large sum of money. But each year we've raised the problem, and it still hasn't been addressed.
Or
we're addressing it now because guess what we getting ready to go into our budget season. That's absolutely is going to be topic number one. Anybody, y'all know anybody out there, collective neighborhood, anybody person, if they missing that COSF tax?
Will it just say South Fulton or what is
it says City of South Fulton, and by hours it says 0.
It's probably more than just our subdivision. It's just probably people not going to, address it and say we not, we don't have City of South Fulton tax, but I'm sure we're not the only people.
Yeah, mine don't say City. Well, let me see.
Hold on. Yeah, y'all give me 2 seconds. I gotta go stream real quick because this is a hot mess right here.
I'm not saying City of South Fulton. I just see South Fulton. So does that mean South Fulton? That's it, right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Do you have a dollar amount by it?
Is the dollar? No, I got 0.
Mine says 0 too.
No, mine said I got homestead exemption, and then it's got net taxable. It got 0.
Okay, it's probably a whole lot of people like that.
And then for the millage rate, it's got like a negative.
But
and then it's got estimated tax. Estimated tax, we got a 0. But then on this thing, it says that I remember reading somewhere that it's supposed to be more to come or something. But right now it says 0. Right now it says 0.
It has the millage
and I
rate
knew this had to be wrong because the amount is so low. So I knew it wrong because even my mom's house in Loganville, Georgia, triples this.
But let's just be clear on something. Ms. Freeman got on here earlier and said the assessments have increased. So which means the taxes have went up.
Mine decreased.
We'll have to get 5 on this because we have to get something out there.
Now my value did go up. My value went up, but the amount I'm paying decreased.
Right. Is it what this song says is ain't nothing to get straight but straightening. I think the Migos said that. A little young millennial told me that. As we got some straightening to do. That's why I say this is a whole weekend. And while we here, oh yes, indeed, that is an issue of major proportion. Okay, and I don't even have to tell y'all that, and I don't know why that would fall on deaf ears. Mr. Ferdinand is going to be having
Ferdinand is the man.
I'm trying to tell you. Anybody know him? Anybody know him?
I know Mr. Ferdinand.
Oh well, get this. Guess what? We get ready to have a conference call with James. Go ahead and set this up because we got some issues. And I want to know his collection out there, what is it? And then let's get the actuals. But that's why I love our constituents, our influencers leading this effort, is because you have the right to question them. Absolutely. And we'll be there with you, stand right there behind you.
Because Corey, I think this goes all the way back to when Odie was in the office, because I know I sent a copy of my actual tax bill and to show that it was not there. And it because the city is what now 5 years old, 4 years old. And I think
Odie was there. That's correct, Wanda. That is correct, because I sent mine too, but we shouldn't have to do the work for you all to collect our taxes. I'm just not doing it.
Hey, check this out. It's impossible for y'all to do the work over there. And if y'all are doing the work, that means somebody's not doing the work. Because we're having a shortfall and something we estimate to guesstimate on a 90 to 93% collection rate. That's what.
And now y'all gonna cause me to go and pull all my taxes back out for 5 years to see it.
Hey, understand something. And I'm just gonna say this. And corporations, as people do these forecasting and company forecasts, is they have a bottom line they have people they have the answer to as those investors. They bottom line it. And if that is not meeting the expectations, sometimes the hard decisions out here be done and there's a corporate restructuring and they go through this turmoil. It's a moment they got to go through. And to some, it's torture.
Right. Because it was on there for a year or two, and then it just dropped. I think it was on there the first year, and after that, it just disappeared.
Because I remember paying my taxes. Like I said, make sure I have mine for the city for boom. And so let me go look at my own tax assessment as it's in my pile mail over here. So, but I'm gonna just say, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes that you have to go through a restructuring. Corporations do it all the time. But when they emerge from that process, it's like a butterfly or caterpillar going into the cocoon and emerging a butterfly, okay? But that cocoon is the most tormenous process that caterpillar ever had to go through. But look what it brings. And so I'm just going in with that because this is there. Ms. Lewis, did you have something else? You just had your hand in jail.
No, my hand just hasn't been put down. But yeah, that was my major thing. Those were my three.
All right, I have a question though. Before you go, it's done somewhere. Is there an amount on the other people's tax assessment in the Southwood homestead exemption amount in that column? Is there anything in there for you guys?
Let's see, homestead exemption.
Because if the 40% assessment fair market value is the same as the homestead exemption, your tax would be zero. If you have that.
No, I have tax. We're paying taxes to everyone, the Fulton County schools.
No, Southwood, no.
But no.
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
Is there a homestead exemption amount for South Fulton down anywhere on yours?
Yes, it says the 40% assessed value.
All right, so you do have a homestead exemption, right? For South Fulton. Right. So then if the homestead exemption that you have is the same as your 40% assessment, then there is no tax on that, right?
Well, how do we know? I mean, because my homestead exemption says yes, HF01 without a number beside. So how
no. Mine has a number. It says Southwood and the state. There's a homestead exemption amount, and it said net taxable because that amount is the same as the 40%. So there is no tax on that because I got a full exemption on the total amount because of my age. So
well, I know it ain't got my age.
Well, right. I'm not totally exempt. I don't have anything that I should be totally exempt for.
So if there's nothing there, then there is a problem. If you have an exemption amount, there is a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him to explain it. That's what Jane Williams gonna do. I'm gonna get him to explain it. I gotta be able to explain it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting close to 8 o'clock. I know y'all want somebody from zoning, me to schedule someone from zoning. Is there someone else you want me to try to schedule to come on as a speaker?
Arthur Ferdinand, let's see if we can get him.
Yeah, let's get Dr. Ferdinand. That's right. Get him first.
All right. And then, all right, those two, I want to give you a couple of quick announcements. We pushed back Friday Night Live from last Friday to this Friday with all the stuff we had going on to get up here and everything going on with Parks and Recs. But y'all already heard the councilman is putting an assignment on, go find this money for y'all stuff y'all need. So this Friday Night Live is going to be canceled, and we will go starting off with the second one that was supposed to be the real date every other Friday. So next Friday will be the first Friday Night Live, not this Friday. This is also a holiday weekend. So we will start off next weekend, next Friday as our Friday Night Live. Also,
the 8th.
Thank you, Jane, because I ain't looking at the calendar. And then the other one is, have you all seen that we put out a notice that we're going to go see the cottage homes in person in Clarkston, Georgia on July 16th? It's an event.
Yes.
It is an Eventbrite link. We're going to get one bus for people who need a ride, and then everybody else can drive. And the suggestion was made to have 2 pickups, one at City Hall and one somewhere in District 5. So I'm going to probably do it for Burdette so people can, since we can't put on somebody else's property. So It'll probably be a pickup at the city at 8, a pickup at 8:30 at the in District 5. So we can be on the road by 9 o'clock because our tour starts at 10. And so I think we need an hour with potential traffic issues. The executive director is going to be our actual tour guide, who is the one who is helped create those homes and has partnered with College Park for the homes they're going to be building off of Godby. So these homes are the homes that's coming to Godby. And so any questions that people have, don't like about these type of homes, go and get the facts, not everybody else's comments. So I'm going to open up some, I put the tickets at 100 people, but we have an unlimited amount of people can come. So right now, I just checked during the meeting, only 25 people have taken the tickets on, and the tickets are available for the entire city, not just District 5. So we are going to start putting the tickets out to the rest of the city. District 5 needs to go on and get in because your councilman has paid for y'all to go, number one, and anybody else who want to go. So I would hate that District 5 wasn't the one who took advantage of the tickets while they were sitting there. So this is going to turn out to be a very big situation, and if in the near future, so you will want to know the facts.
Absolutely. As I'm committed to every which way of new housing, living opportunities the people want in all its aspect. And I think that if this is the place where you want to be, we have to make it the place where you want to come. We have to give everybody options, from millennials to elders, the options on the living spaces that they want to do. I concede that we wasn't the first. Okay, I have to concede that, but I would rather us be educated than misinformed and about what's going on and happening, as you're going to hear from subject matter experts, not my opinion. And this is one of the deals that, and I want to buy in. See, I'm not going to just do it, and I don't have the buy-in from the community. This is your community. You have to live. We have to all live together. Yes, but but I'm committed to educating every which way I can about these opportunities. But I am, however, waiting on the most important metric is how does it relate to the valuation of other homes in the area and communities, as that's an important key. And I think that we may have that information that's going to be available, but we'll wait to the tour and then we'll wait to get that guidance. But y'all will be provided with all of the information necessary to make an educated decision. And I do want to thank y'all for just even allowing me to present that to you, because I said that, the way things happened last time, I says, okay, cool. A lot of people were just misinformed. So, but I do want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out and taking time out of y'all day to join this call. We're going to join you here every Monday night, no matter where we are in the world, as we are committed to the process. And I thank you, our influencers of this city of South Fulton, for taking the time out there and then going out there and putting knowledge and applying the knowledge in real time and look at the results of this yielding. But I'm going to say one thing too about this homestead deal, and this is zero. If corporations are buying homes and they're claiming homestead on each one of these properties, that's the big problem. And we'll get that information next week. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, I love you, and you can do absolutely nothing about it. And so we're going to go out here and go do a taste of Savannah and get some more best practices at the convention and go do our networking. And so thank y'all.
Remember to pray for Councilwoman Willis's family.
And also, I was just about to say, and then pray for Sister Willis as she's going through, as she lost her mother. And so, and I'm down here through that time, and I'll be attending the funeral Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And so, we absolutely just say prayers, just going through in this time.
Yeah, but Councilman Reed, they put an address in there to send the cards to Savannah. We should get the address and send the cards to the office here. I mean, I have a card sitting up here now, and I'm like, why am I sending it all the way to Savannah? Can you all put the address so we can send the cards to her office? Do she have a P.O. box or something here?
Oh, no.
In Atlanta?
Yeah, you can address it to Helen Willis, and Councilwoman Helen Willis is at the 5440 Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Please put the site available to the card, the address to City Hall in the chat. And yeah, just address it to her and then come to her box. You know, I mean, I know because she's been down here. And so, you know, people just want to get their response to, you know, things come in because she's dealing with a lot. And so as having had go through this, it's not a good space to deal with, but it's but I do understand. So, but if you do want to just send it to the office, please do that because she will be returning, you know, and so she will get all of that, her mail and stuff. So whether send it down there or here, she'll go get it. And so, but yeah, just pray for what she's going through. And so, as anybody had to go through this process, it's not easy. It's very difficult. So, but however, and we're going to move on and we're going to go out here and live life to the best of our abilities while the I am God gives us time and wakes us up every morning as we're to maximize every minute and the moment of our day. And you never know when it's going to be your last. So make it last and make your footprint depth and make somebody want to follow it. Even if it's somebody did say, but however, that just leads to you are the leaders and the influencers of your respective communities of this city. And I appreciate y'all so much. And I hope that in all that I gained, you gained a little bit of knowledge. And if anything, you know, strength to carry on because we need it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that being said, good night.
Good night.